Coinskid crew. Just going to delve into Bitcoin here, starting with the Bitfinex quarterly chart. So every 3 months, and this is as far as I can zoom out. Maybe there's another chart that I can look at, not too sure, but the Bitfinex one goes back to 2013. So plenty of data here. Now, I'm not too sure what's going on with these candles here. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or not, but yeah, I'll just ignore that for now. And I just wanted to point out this impulse move here from 2015 to the peak in 2017, or maybe it was more towards the end of that year, but yeah, Bitcoin topped out there at 19,891, and we had that crypto winter where we found support along the 0.618 here at 3,166, and the 2021 bull market, which started just after the COVID pandemic, after all the shutdowns. We had this impulsive move, but taking into account these fib levels, we ran into the 1.272 here. I think we topped out at about 69,000. That was the all-time high. And yeah, looking at this chart, we're just testing the one here now. So ultra long-term view, we're finding support here. You can go a little bit underneath the one, that's fine, but we're also around this 21 EMA on the quarterly chart, which is about 21,325. So we're under it now, so that's going to provide us with resistance. But I think, over the next 3 to 6 months, we do eventually find the bottom. We might come down a little bit more here towards 15,000. But yeah, this is, ultra long term. If you're dollar cost averaging, I think it'll pay dividends, 2 to 3 years time from now. You just need to weather the storm and ignore a lot of the FUD out there, because there's plenty of it. But buying down here, not a bad option compared to all the people that bought up here, and now they're underwater. They're probably really bearish on crypto because they've been making losses, a lot of people down like 70% on their alt positions. It's basically just how the markets operate. So ignore the emotions, and if you've been very conservative and you've been waiting for a buying opportunity, we're getting very close. But I would recommend for the ultra long-term bags to dollar cost average into positions now, but expect a little bit more downside. But you just have to keep your eye on the price, the long-term price, so because I think eventually we do head up to these astronomical levels on Bitcoin eventually. Right now, we've got the macro picture, which is, negative for all assets except the US dollar. So, the fact that Bitcoin's holding up here, despite all the headwinds, it's a very good sign, I must admit, But yeah, that's the long-term view. yeah, I do think we find support around this area. Maybe we form like a cup and handle here. Maybe it takes a while. It could take like, remember, every candle's 3 months, so this could take like 6 to 12 months to play out, or even longer, maybe even 2 years, where we just sort of like, form a base down here. You know, it's going to be tedious for sure. A lot of people are going to throw in the towel because it's going to take too long. You're not going to get this move like you got in 2021. I'm sorry, but it's just there's no liquidity. Everyone's I guess worried about the central banks and you know their efforts to fight inflation, and they're reducing their balance sheets and raising interest rates. So this could carry on for quite a while. And yeah, just don't expect coins to moon like they did last year. Nevertheless, we'll look at the monthly chart now. We'll go onto the Binance chart, onto the monthly. Okay. So right now, we've got more confluence here that we're potentially finding a bottom, even though we're going to get more downside. Like the longer term picture, we're going to form some sort of a bottom here, but it's going to take a long time. So yeah, I do like this 16,154 level here. Okay, so we're in the golden pocket region here now. So if we can form a base in this golden pocket area, then the likely move is to head back up, towards these levels that we saw last year. But it's just not going to happen overnight. We're underneath the 50 EMA, so that's bearish. This will continue for a while. You can see last month in September, we had the dual resistance levels of the 0.618 and the 50 EMA. So that was enough to send the price of Bitcoin down. And yeah, we closed the month on 19,395. So it was a very bearish close. And yeah, I think October is probably going to be the same. I do think we roll over here towards this 16,000 level. The macro picture is pretty atrocious right now. I've been hearing rumors on Twitter. I don't know how true this is about Credit Suisse, or there's a major European bank that's hemorrhaging liquidity. So there's plenty of spot fires out there. You've got the, I guess, currency wars going on with, the volatility in the British pound. Even the Aussie dollar last week I seen was down like 1.6%. I think it was Thursday. I'm not too sure why it was down. Maybe there was a high inflation CPI report. I haven't actually been keeping up to date with the Aussie news, even though I live here, but I just know about the Aussie dollar. Basically, got smashed. If we, we got this big, well, if we go to the daily chart, we'll be able to see, we caught resistance on the 8MA here on the daily and just dumped massive amount. So yeah, across the board, risk assets not looking too good. Stock indices had a pretty bad Friday, and the US dollar just continues on its uptrend. The only bull market currently. So anyway, going back to Bitcoin. yeah, don't expect any big upside moves. I think we just trade sideways and to the downside, you know. So here we go. We've got on the daily chart here this impulsive move, finding resistance along the 0.5 here with the 50 EMA. If we break 18,125, we'll see 17,000. We'll head over to the weekly chart. Okay, so there's 1 day and 1 hour to go. And this week we caught resistance here. This 8 MA is just too powerful. Can't get over it. So it's going to be interesting. We could get, well, you know, next 24 hours, pretty crucial. Yeah, if we lose that 19,000 level, then yeah, be testing this swing low. You know, you can see the Keltner channel. The trend is down, guys. You know, maybe not like that, but could actually form a bit of a parallel channel here. That works for me. Yeah, so the bottom of this parallel channel lines up with the Keltner. So yeah, I'll definitely be buying some Bitcoin long-term back if we get down to these levels. I'll be dipping my feet in the water for sure. So no leverage and just, you know, what I can afford to put in savings wise into Bitcoin between, I guess, between 14 and 16,000, great buy area for the long term. We'll just head finally over to the 8-hour chart. We'll zoom in on the nearer term time frame, and so the current trading range is between 20,385 and 18,471. We're pretty much smack bang in the middle of that, so we're in equilibrium pretty much in this trading range. Yeah, so it's very choppy action. Yeah, but I think next week we'll break to the downside for the start of the month. So yeah, sorry to be so bearish, but that's just what I see in the charts, and combining that with the sentiment and the macro picture, liquidity in the market, all these signs point to further downside for Bitcoin. All right, thanks for that, and we'll see you in the next update.